Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Saturday show with me, Stephen. Reese will be joining us momentarily, but while we're waiting on Reese, I'll take you through the fixtures for today and maybe some for tomorrow as well, because it is Scottish Cup weekend up in Scotland. So I'll just get a wee chat up so we can see comments. There we go. And I'll bring you the fixtures. Sorry folks, we're just getting the fixtures up. There we are. So today's fixtures in the Premier League for Saturday the 17th of January. We've got 12:30 kick-off, and it is the Manchester derby between Manchester United and Manchester City. I'll bring you team news of that shortly. Your 3 o'clock kick-offs today are Chelsea versus Brentford, Leeds United versus Fulham, Liverpool versus Burnley, Sunderland versus Crystal Palace. Under pressure, Thomas Frank and Spurs home to West Ham, and your 5:30 kick-off is Nottingham Forest versus Arsenal. Moving down into the English EFL Championship, your 12:30 kick-offs are Coventry City versus Leicester City, Ipswich Town versus Blackburn Rovers, Watford versus Millwall. They are your 12:30 kick-offs. Your 3 o'clocks in the Championship are Charlton Athletic versus Sheffield United, Oxford United versus Bristol City, Preston North End versus Derby County, Sheffield Wednesday versus Portsmouth, Southampton versus Hull City, Stoke City versus Queen's Park Rangers, and Wrexham versus Norwich City. Your 5:30 in the EFL Championship, your 5:30 kick-off is Swansea City versus Birmingham City. In the Women's FA Cup 4th round, it is Sunderland versus London City Lionesses at 12:15 and Chelsea versus Crystal Palace at 12:30. There's quite a few fixtures in Week 1 today as well. None really of note to bring you. I suppose Week leaders Cardiff are away to Bradford City at 12:30. And in Week 2, you've got Bristol Rovers versus Colchester United at 3 o'clock. And Salford City are away to Swindon Town at 3 o'clock. That's a top of the table clash as well. And in the National League, especially for our Chris Welsh, Carlisle are away to Solihull Moors, and that kicks off at 3 p.m. today. In the Scottish Cup 4th round, your 12:30 kick-off is Dunfermline Athletic versus Hibs, the Neil Lennon game. Your 3 o'clocks are Airdrieonians versus Arbroath, Camelon Juniors versus Elgin City, Dundee United versus Ayr United, Kelty Hearts versus Colford Rangers, Kilmarnock versus Dundee, Livingston versus St Mirren, and Motherwell versus Ross County. Also, Partick Thistle versus Montrose is at 3 o'clock as well. And, oh God, there's more. Spartans versus Inverness, and Stenhousemuir versus Greenock Morton. At 8 o'clock tonight, you've got Hearts at home to Falkirk. League leaders Hearts are at home to Falkirk this evening. In Scottish League 1, there's only one game today. 3 o'clock is Hamilton Academical away to Peterhead. And in Scottish League 2, there's only one game today as well. Stirling Albion are at home to high-flying East Kilbride. Elgin City versus Edinburgh City is postponed due to Elgin City's involvement in the Scottish Cup. And as the third place final in AFCON today at 4 o'clock, it is Egypt taking on Nigeria. In the Spanish La Liga at 1 o'clock, you've got Real Madrid versus Levante, Mallorca versus Athletic Club at 3:15, Osasuna versus Real Oviedo at 5:30, and Real Betis versus Villarreal at 8 o'clock this evening. In the German Bundesliga, one of Reese's favourite leagues is Borussia Dortmund versus St. Paul at 2:30, Hamburg versus Mönchengladbach also at 2:30, Hoffenheim versus Bayer Leverkusen, you can guess it, at 2:30, Cologne versus Mainz 05 at 2:30, Wolfsburg versus Heidenheim at 2:30, and RB Leipzig versus Bayern Munich at 5:30. In the Italian Serie A, we've got Udinese versus Inter Milan 2 o'clock, Napoli versus Sassuolo at 5 o'clock, and Cagliari versus Juventus at 7:45 this evening. Moving swiftly on. In the Dutch League today, you've got Ajax versus Go Ahead Eagles at 3:30. Of course, managerless Ajax now. PEC Zwolle versus AZ Alkmaar at 5:45. Excelsior versus Telstar at 7 o'clock. Fortuna Sittard versus PSV Eindhoven at 7 o'clock, and NAC Breda versus NEC at 8 o'clock in the Dutch Eredivisie. In French Ligue 1, we've only got 3 games today. At 4 o'clock, it's Lens versus Auxerre. Toulouse versus Nice is at 6 o'clock, and at 8:05 this evening, it's Angers SCO versus Marseille. And that is your fixtures for Saturday, the 17th of January 2026. If we move to Sunday the 18th, we've got 2 games in the Premier League. I was going to say Barclays Premier League there for some reason. At 2 o'clock, we've got Wolverhampton Wanderers versus Newcastle United, and at 4:30, we've got Aston Villa versus Everton. There's quite a few games in the Women's FA Cup tomorrow. A couple to highlight would be Leicester City versus Tottenham, Man City versus Bournemouth. Leicester City Tottenham's at 12, Man City Bournemouth's at 1. Man United versus Burnley's at 1, that's a home tie. And Arsenal versus Aston Villa is at 2 o'clock. And incidentally, you can see some of the Women's FA Cup games on live and free on Channel 4 now as well. And in the Scottish Cup 4th round, it continues tomorrow with Aberdeen versus Raith Rovers at 2:30. Then at 5:30, could we see a giant killing on the cards? Is 6th tier Auchinleck Talbot take on Celtic at 5:30. That is your fixtures for today and tomorrow. So, as you know, folks, we were on here's Reese. As you know, folks, we were on last night as well, and we'll just bring Reese into the stage. Good morning, Reese. How we doing, my friend?
All right.
How are you feeling after all your watch-alongs this week? You feeling tired yet, or are you still going on adrenaline, let's just say?
Yeah, I'm feeling it now.
You're pretty tired. I thought you would be. And you've got another one tonight, have you not, as well, with TNA Genesis, I believe.
Oh, fuck that.
That means, folks, he's not watching it. I've just done that to get a reaction out of Reese, because I know when we were chatting last night, you were saying it was quite a pure show from TNA, but hey, that's for another day. So, how are you feeling about the world of football this week, Reese? It's been a pretty manic week in the world of football with transfers and still talking about managerial departures and who's going to be going where. And it's been pretty manic this week, hasn't it? From one of a better word.
Yeah, it has been a bit manic. When you look in general.
I think, obviously, one of the big pieces of breaking news within the last 24 hours is the fact that Man City have stepped up their interest in Mark Gay, so much so that Oliver Glasner confirmed yesterday, in case you missed our little emergency broadcast last night, that Oliver Glasner confirmed yesterday that Mark Gay wouldn't be playing for Crystal Palace against Sunderland this weekend because his departure is in the final stages of being pushed through by Manchester City. Now, when I went to my bed last night, I turned it on, and the transfer fee was in the region of £20 million. Now, as you said yesterday, Reece, if Crystal Palace were a bit smarter, we could have cashed in on them for I think, personally myself, a lot more than £20 million. I think Man City's getting a steal there, to be perfectly honest. Good morning, Chris. Good morning. Great to see you. Good morning, Mr. Chris Wells. So I think Man City's getting an absolute steal. And as you said last night, he's going to be set for life on this £300,000 a week, folks, contract. So what's that? Within 3 weeks, he's nearly made £1 million. That is crazy. So what I would like to know is, what is everyone else's thoughts on this transfer? Do you think Man City are trying to become all-stars of the Premier League again? Because let's face it, in recent seasons they've declined a wee bit, even though their team is probably full of talent. They've not had the most successful season last season, and certainly not the most successful start to this season. So do you think Man City's squad is ageing? And if so, who else do they need to bring in to freshen up their squad besides Antoine Semenyo and Mark Gahey? Oh, I think Reece is having a wee bit of camera trouble there. You alright, Reece?
No, this is camera fun.
We can hear you, but we can barely see you. It's like you're silhouetted. It's actually quite cool. It's a good effect.
It's because you can edit your camera now. They didn't used to let you do that.
So Reece has decided to go, oh, wow, there he is. No, he's gone again. It's a good start for City. In terms of areas we need to improve on, we need 2 full-backs, they're playing midfielders at fullbacks. Yep, I would agree with Chris. I would definitely agree. Man City squad is a bit threadbare at the moment, but I'm sure.
There you go. Black and white.
Maybe Reese likes The Undertaker. Do you, Reese? Do you like Mark Calloway?
Depends on the version. If it's a YouTube version, then no.
My favourite one was the American Badass, but here, folks, that's another story. I agree that Man City do need to definitely freshen up their squad. I mean,
there you go.
All we need now is the Undertaker music in your set. Welcome in, Daz Reynolds. Welcome in. Great to see you.
What's up, Daz?
As a Liverpool fan, where could you see us getting players from? Well, let's be honest, Daz, your club still has a lot of value in the global market. You could basically go to any league you want, scout players. Now, probably with Liverpool's model, it would be a mix of, and I don't know if Reese will agree with me or not, but it would probably be a mix of experience and youth, and you would nurture your youth right through. But having said that, with the current state of play at Liverpool, I reckon that you do need to replace some players. One player I'm not going to mention because we did talk about him for weeks. It's just weird how this player does well for his international side, that's a clue for you. But when it comes to club football, as Reese will endeavour, he's not doing so well at the moment, and there was a bit of friction. So I think it might be time to cut ties, get money for him, and spend it on freshening up the squad. And then maybe next season, who knows, you could go for another title push. And Chris says he still believes that Pep is buying these players for the next manager. Well, I would agree with that to some extent. But whoever the next manager may be, probably Vincent Company, he'll want to bring in his own style of player, I would imagine. Now, from his time in Germany, he knows the German market, and I would assume that he would want to pretty much attack that. What do you think, Reese, from Man City?
No, I don't think he will. I think if this kind of he will need to spend a bit. I think you give him the job, he's prepared to go. I think there's no real change really. It's a walk in, it's the job.
Well,
I don't think
fair point, but just say he wanted to spend money on players. Roughly as a ballpark figure, how much do you think he would spend to get the squad the way he sees fit? Even though me and you know it's just a straight walk-in, you've got your players there, you're pretty much sorted.
I'd say about 60 to 90 million.
So, okay, I'm going to round that up. Just say, I'm going to add an extra 10 on top of that. Just say 100 million to freshen up the squad. Now, if this scenario comes to pass in a year, 2 year, whatever it may be, and this plays out the way it goes, I could see Man City just steamrolling the league again. Now, obviously, being of the same persuasion as Reese, I don't want that to happen. But the fact is, when clubs have the financial backing from an ownership model that clearly works because they know how to do it with clubs in Europe, they've brought it to, let's just say, Man City were really struggling when they brought that in, and now look at them over the course of a decade, nearly 2 decades, let's say, they've turned Man City from a struggling side into one of the world's footballing. There he is, he's back to normal now. One of the world's most formidable footballing superpowers. Now, we all know when they came in, their aim was to win the Premier. They done that. Their aim was to win the Champions League. Yeah, that took them a wee bit longer, but they finally achieved it. And it would be really nice to see a similar model applied to, like, I don't know, a club that's sort of maybe mid-table, just to see how they got on. And that would be really interesting. And maybe we could recreate Leicester from, 10 years ago now? 11 years ago now? That would be nice to see. But the whole reason I'm asking this is because in 37 minutes time, you and I know what kicks off, Reese. Now, if you've been living under a stone this past couple of days, it is the Manchester Derby, Pep Guardiola versus interim manager. And it pains me to say this, as you can see, interim manager, interim head coach, whatever you want to call him, Michael Carrick. Now, personally myself, I can only see this game going one way, but Reese, what are your thoughts?
3-0 Man City.
Do you know, before we came on air yesterday, while you were joining the stream last night, Cal obviously sent me a link, so I jumped on, and straight away he says, what do you think the score will be tomorrow? And I mean, simple, we're going to lose. No hesitation, I just blurted it out straight away, we're going to lose. Now, the formation that Man City generally play means that they should steamroll us. But it would be very interesting at all to see if there's any improvement in the squad at all within the last couple of days. But I don't think so now. Now we are getting close to sort of kick-off time, Reese. And I specifically left this for you because I know how you sometimes like to rant at the team news that's provided. Is there any team news that has been provided?
Yep.
And maybe could you share it on the screen just so we can see the first lineup of the Carrick regime?
Yeah, hold on, let me see if I can get it from up there.
Now, granted, folks, we wouldn't normally share the team news on the screen. It would normally just be reading out the team news, but because it's the first team under Michael Carrick, I, as I'm sure all of you are, I'm very interested to see the team and the way we're lining up.
Well, City are in the way that I think Man United should be lined up, to be honest.
Oh dear.
Unfortunately, this is not a good lineup.
Oh dear. If you just click on the plus button down the bottom, Reese, in the middle, that'll give you your true screen.
It's your login.
Oh, it's me, right? Okay.
Yeah, you need to do it.
See, I'm still learning with StreamYard.
Luckily,
Yeah, just don't show that message again. Right, there we go. What? No.
it'll be like when you look at the so you still on the bottom of the screen, it will show you, me. You need to hit add to stream.
Share screen.
And then
On the plus button.
so see below.
Uh-huh.
It has you and me.
Oh yeah, I've got it. I see it now.
Yeah, you have to add on that.
There we go. Here we go. Right, Reese. Let's have a look at this. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. So, we're playing what looks like a 4 at the back, a very funny looking midfield with a huge gap in the middle. And he's playing Delu Moon Dort. What?
I get why he's playing Dorgu Gallo because he's playing natural width there.
Yeah,
But
I get that.
he's playing Maguire, Shaw, and Dallo.
Yeah. Now,
Sacked him already.
if you look on the right hand side of the screen, folks, look how tight Man City's lineup is. They're not giving anything away at all.
I actually think 4-1's better for United. It gives more control.
Well, this one. This one.
The system City are playing is what United should be playing.
Oh yeah, totally, 100%. I agree. I totally agree with the one striker and the sort of four behind him and the one in midfield. Yeah, that is the way.
That or a 4-3-3. I don't like.
For me, there's too much of a gap between Casemiro and Mane. There's a huge gap in the middle there. And if Bruno's not on his game, that could have easily been exploited. What I would have done personally was keep the foot at the back. Really simple move this. Move Bruno back to in line with Casemiro and Mane and have three up front. That's what I would have done, because that, to me, on paper, just looks too huge.
I would have just matched for system. I would have just done the same thing.
Fair enough, we can't match them for talent, we know that. Maguire's aging.
That's true.
Shaw's injury prone.
He's shit.
Casemiro's alright, Bruno's alright, but the rest of them, meh. And Jens Lammens doesn't fill me with too much confidence either.
Yeah.
And it's January, and I put a thing in our group chat yesterday, Reece, don't know if you've seen it, about a supposed new striker from Hammarby in Sweden.
Yeah.
And he's only cost £500,000. Now you think back to the day, folks, when Man United was spending 50, 60 million on a striker. And look at the bench. You've got Bidden, Jack Fletcher, Heaven, Malacia, Mount, Mateus Cunha, Ugarte, Yoro and Zesco.
I would have put.
Look at this bench.
I would have put Heaven, Cunha and Sesko in the team.
Oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt.
The only player on that City bench apart from Turkey that I'm concerned about is Reinders. I'm surprised he's not.
He's in my fantasy team. Sad to say it, but he is.
He's an excellent player. I
don't have any or very little Man U players in my team at all.
Why would you?
Let's be honest, they're crap. Now, If you look at the table as well, look at that.
We can go up to fourth if we win.
Yeah, but
Temporarily.
now let's be honest, Reese. It's a massive, massive, massive if. It's like, I don't know. It's like TNA going to ESPN and totally blowing WWE the water with ESPN.
Won't happen.
Exactly. You've just answered the question there and then. See, if I put things in wrestling analogies, folks, we'll get straight answers today. But no, in all seriousness, I'd like to see Man U go up to fourth temporarily, but
it says a lot when our team is not as good as Liverpool. We've conceded more goals, and yet we've only lost one game less than.
I know.
But that's too many goals to be horrible. And then you look at Arsenal and City's goals.
Yeah.
They barely cracked 20.
Yeah, no. But I still think, and Chris, I'm sorry, but I'm going to count Liverpool out of that. I still think it's a 3-horse race for the title at the moment between Arsenal, Man City and Aston Villa. I think Aston Villa is going to be the real dark horses and the real surprise package, because they're just, apart from their many blip at Arsenal, they're just winning left, right and centre. We beat Chelsea, we beat all the big teams really, let's be honest. So, and look how, well, it's not tight at the bottom, let's be honest. Wolves are now on 7 points though, so we're catching up slowly.
United have conceded six most goals in the league. The sixth worst defence. Ridiculous.
I did wonder why you were moving up and down there. Now I know it's because you were checking out a goal difference.
I want to see the reality. Yeah. Sixth worst defence. Fulham are the seventh worst defence.
Now, if we lose today, which is a very high possibility, and the teams around us win, we could end up 10th.
It depends.
Well, okay, let's put it this way. Sunderland's got Crystal Palace. Now, with the comments of Ollie Glasner yesterday, and what he's doing at the end of the season, do you think that's affected the Palace players enough so that Sunderland can win?
Tish, I look at Scott and Sunderland do results.
If Sunderland get a result, I mean, they're on 30 points. They're only 10 points away from being absolutely safe for another season, let's be honest. If they get a result, and results go their way, they could climb as high as 7th today and be right back in and around the Europa League / Conference League spots.
Yes, I suppose.
It's just absolutely baffling as well. And of course, guys, like we said, like I said before, Reece joined us today. Up in Scotland as well, guys, we've got the Scottish Cup today kicking off in 24 minutes time with Hibs versus Dunfermline Athletic. Do we have team news for that one, Reece boy?
For who?
For Hibs versus Dunfermline Athletic in the lunchtime kickoff. 12:30.
All right. Maybe. I mean, it's only Hibs.
Oh, thank you. Says the man whose team won 5-0 last night with a wonder goal from Asgard.
I bet it's against.
I know it's against minnows compared to you guys, but hey, that fifth goal was a wonder goal, right?
The only lineup is for Hibs. There's nothing announced from Dunfermline.
Okay, what's the Hibs team main Reese?
Shite. These are playing a 3-4-1-2 against Dunfermline. A back three against Dunfermline. God almighty. What a bunch of...
And just to make you aware, this is on BBC One Scotland in about 10 minutes time, so...
It's on as well.
I take it Reese won't be watching this game today.
No. I'll be watching Doom and Gloom. But no, it's Salinger and goal. Ohora or Bushiri, Obita, centre back. This is a bad idea for me to say this guy's name. Megwa, Swigwa, Mulligan, McGrath to complete the midfield. Hoylett at number 10. And Clingy and Dowie up front. Johan Smith, Ardell, Clown Hanley, Chaiwa, Cadden, Boyle, Barlaser, and Molotnikov ready to line up a Molotov cocktail completes the bench.
And believe it or not, guys, Rudy Molotnikov is actually Scottish. I swear down, he is Scottish. I'm telling you, I swear down, he's 100% Scottish.
Well, you haven't played in 7 years against Dunfermline, and that was a 3-1 club friendly win.
Yeah.
You haven't played on that long.
And last time,
your favour.
Yeah, and last time we played them competitively in the championship, I was there. I was literally there back in, 10 years ago? Wow, that's crazy. Chris Welsh says Andrews would be my manager of the season. Proved me wrong massively, but that's thanks to Brentford recruitment replacing the previous front three very well. I would agree with that. And Brentford are on somewhat of a roll this season, especially under Andrews. I mean, I actually thought, Chris, to tell you the truth, when they promoted the set-piece coach, as he was at the time, to the manager, I actually thought, what the fuck are you guys doing, giving the set-piece man the manager's job?
Yeah.
But in actual fact, when you look at it this way, it's someone who knows the club, someone who worked with the players under Thomas Frank for a long, long time, and that just pays dividends. And I think having this peace coach as your manager can also be, what he was as a set-piece coach can also be very fruitful, and it's proven to be that, especially from dead ball situations from Brentford.
Yeah.
Now, Brentford today, and I'll need to jump back because I'm on tomorrow's, but Brentford today have Chelsea away. Now, if Chelsea away, it's Liam the Senior's third game in charge. He's had a draw and a defeat. A win and a defeat, Reece, in his opening 2 games. How do you think he'll fare today against Brentford?
I'm not sure, because Brentford are they're a tricky one. It's hard. I don't know, it's hard, really.
I mean, I think I mean, it could go one of three ways for me. Either team wins, or it's going to be a draw. But I think it will certainly be an entertaining game. And if I was to stick my neck out for you, Chris, I would say... No, in fact, I couldn't call that one. I reckon it's going to be a draw. And I know that Chelsea fans are planning protests as well over, I think, today and the next few weeks against the ownership of Todd Bowie and the Blue Sports Group Consortium. So it'll be interesting to see how that goes over the next few weeks, because if you remember, Todd Bowie came into Chelsea because of everything that was going on in the eastern side of the world. Abramovich got punted out, he got his assets frozen, Todd Bowie came in, and ever since Todd Bowie and his consortium have come in, they've, one, signed players on ridiculous contract lengths for 8 or 9 years at a time. Two, they seem to be going through managers like a hot knife through butter again. So I think, as I've said before and I'll say it again, I think Rossini's there because he's a yes man, because he's already worked for this consortium at Strasbourg in France. Now that part goes over to Gary O'Neill, by the way. He's in France now, folks, taking charge of Strasbourg for the same consortium that runs Chelsea. And it wouldn't surprise me, would not surprise me one iota, if we got rid of Rossini at the end of the season, because let's be honest, it's only a few weeks away now, really, when you look at it. It's only about 15 weeks, 16 weeks until the end of the season. And then they bring Gary O'Neill back over to England. Would not surprise me one jot. But I don't know this, but I want to get your thoughts on all these protests that are going on at big grounds like Man United. Well, I already got your thoughts on the Man United one, actually. Chelsea, Parkhead, Man United, to name but a few. Do you think that these protests have influence, or is it just a way for frustrated fans that come out the woodwork just to have a grumping groan for a few weeks?
They just won't have the commitment to go. That's the difference. There'll never be a Milan, there'll never be a Valencia in terms of passion. It means nothing. You know what I mean? I've got it doesn't really interest me at all. There's nothing about them that says it'll matter. It won't.
Now, I actually agree with you, because, and I'll tell you why, I'll tell you a story. When Hibs were in the Championship 10 years ago, I followed them to every single ground. But at the time, we were sort of rising up against Rod Petrie and their ownership before the Gordons came in and bought out Sir Tom and all that, and protests were starting to happen. But there can be a protest one week, and everything can be alright the next week. As you say, UK fans just don't seem to... If you had the true passion of your club at heart, and you really felt strongly about an issue, you would go at it hammer and tong for as long as it took to either call the board out, get rid of the board, or get rid of the manager. Now, I'm excluding Celtic from this purely because it was just a short time wasting exercise with you know who, Voldemort. We won't mention his name. It was just a pure waste of time exercise for that experiment to come into UK football. That clearly didn't work. And yes, the fans did hold a protest, but they only really needed to hold one or two because eventually they listened and they got rid of them. Now, I've heard rumours as to how that came about, but I'm not going to divulge them because we'll be here for hours. But if you go down south to a club like Chelsea, Man United, Man City, whatever, Liverpool, whatever, you'll have a protest for a couple of weeks, and then the fans will just get bored, and they won't continue it. And if you don't continue it, how can you make your voice heard as a proper fan of the club? I'm not talking about someone that goes to the odd occasional game, maybe when your team's in a cup final or whatever, and you come out with woodwork just to put your arse on a seat for 90 minutes. But I'm talking about hardcore fans, like your ultras, your fanatics, whatever you want to call them, because it's these groups of people that, even though they wear black and get bad names or whatnot and get reputation, some good, some bad, but it's these fans along with the big majority of fans that actually care for your club, and the ones that are in the small minority that just bugger it up for everybody else. I don't know how you feel, Reese, but that's how I feel.
I don't have anything to echo on that because I agree. I agree with that.
And it's just very, very strange. And I'm going to call you Mr. Call It because I know you've pissed off a couple of fans groups in the past on X, formerly known as Twitter.
X in the street. I just tell it as it is. If they can't accept it, then burn in hell.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. We need fans, podcasters, whatever, to tell them as it is and to be as upfront and as open and as honest as you are, Reece. Yeah, I mean, I've not managed to look at you on Twitter yet, but I'm sure if I ever do, I'm sure it's going to be a fascinating read, because I think you accidentally, you pulled one of your posts up, and I was reading it and I was thinking, wow, you must have paid to get your characters extended easily, because that was a pure rant within that sort of space, man.
I will never give Elon Musk.
Well, he's just launched another rocket, but there you go. He's got plenty. But could you imagine?
He's just launched another rocket.
Yeah, well, he launched a payload. He launched a payload at, what time was it this morning? About 5 o'clock this morning. They launched a payload up to space for a customer. Now, it must have been a high customer, because they didn't want, after the rocket had launched, they didn't want anything else showing, so quite a high customer.
Interesting. But we another rocket. And his wife couldn't get above the perpetual power threshold.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a shame.
No, but could you imagine if somebody like Elon Musk bought into a UK or European football club?
I would honestly think that club's immediate death. That includes Man United.
Well, there you go, folks. You heard it here first.
Honestly, like Elon Musk is. Well, I'm going to say something that's horrible, but it's true. When it comes to business, when it comes to actually caring about people, Elon Musk is a cancer to society.
Well, you're right, because he went into Twitter's offices, now X, because he changed the name when he bought them, but when he was buying them, he went into the offices with a proverbial kitchen sink, threw it down and says, I'm going to buy you everything including this kitchen sink. And he did. And now he's best friends with you-know-who.
He walked in and told them, this is what we're going to do. You're going to either take it or you're going to leave.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a disease.
So if Elon Musk was to buy, say, a Premier League club, right?
Liverpool did nicely.
Well, I was just going to say this. You took the words out of my mouth. Which Premier League club would fit Elon Musk best for his model and his brand that he uses?
Liverpool, because then their fans will rage to the point of what they kill themselves. So yeah.
Okay.
Although maybe you can buy Arsenal, but then kill that club quicker.
I was thinking you could buy Sheikh Mansour out at Man City quite easily in Dubai.
He can't afford them.
You joking? He's got his fingers on loads of pies.
He still can't
loads of pies.
There is no way he'd be able to afford Man City or Sheepman's.
Well, if he was, what he could do is buy them out and then put Sheikh Mansour in one of his SpaceX Falcon 9 rockets and send them up to the ISS for a year. Goodbye. But yeah,
that right there. 1 second.
Oh, he's going to get his net worth up, folks. This will be very interesting.
Okay.
So you maybe could, judging by your facial expressions, Reese. You look slightly perplexed here. He's fourth on the billionaires list.
As of today. He's number one.
Right, okay. So, what's his net worth?
$717.5 billion.
$1 billion, okay. Now,
700.
Sheikh Mansour.
Well, they're saying Larry Page is turning 70. And it's Jeff Bezos. He's a scumbag.
What, Jeff Bezos is 70? No way.
He's on 229 million. He is on that. A man figures on this. No surprise. Warren Buffett, Jensen Huang, Bernard I expect that. Mark Zuckerberg, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He's a scumbag and all. The guy owns Google. Sergey Brin is the fourth highest with 249 billion.
Wow.
He should be a lot higher. They say hold on.
What about the Glaziers? Are they on that? No.
Well, they're not real billionaires.
I was joking.
I don't know where they are.
Probably nowhere.
Alan Wertheimer. They own Chanel. They are the same value. No surprise. John and Jacqueline Mars. 40 joint in the world. The guy owns Nutella has a value of 40 million.
Well, Nutella's actually owned by the same company made Ferrero Rocher, but there you go.
Yes, load of nonsense.
It's tidy though.
So there's The owner of Nike is 31 billion. That's
Just
just funny.
Just for shoes, eh?
Aye, so there you go. This is from last.
Honestly, folks, we're just trying to find out the net worth of Man City owner statement. So
That's what I'm looking for right now. So
because we've digressed that Mr. Musk has over 700 billion.
yes, whereas the Crown Prince of Saudi, for example, he's got a net worth of 925 million.
I'd
Which
love
is
him.
£730.5 billion UK.
I'd love him to come in and take over Man U.
He's got a personal wealth of 20 billion. So his net worth is 700 UK.
Yeah.
Whereas his own net worth of 20 billion quid. As for Sheepman Sewer, they say his net worth is 30 billion. But he has access to an overall wealth of 750 billion pounds. It's still a lot. To be fair, even the owner of PSG is worth 6.2 billion. And that's just his own net worth. Yeah,
Wow.
Sheepman is worth 24 billion. The owners of Newcastle is worth 478 billion.
Who are the owners of Newcastle now? Is it still the Saudis?
Yeah, Public Investment Fund. PIF.
Right, so if Newcastle's owned by Saudis, tell me this. One, why are they not filling their team with star-studded players?
Because they can't. They don't have the revenue streams to match the sheer wealth they can put in. The fourth and fifth richest owners in football, as of last year, are David Tepper, who owns Charlotte FC, and then Philip Anschutz, who owns LA Galaxy.
Sorry, wait a minute. The owner of Nantes FC.
LA Galaxy, yeah.
No, of Charlotte, Nantes FC.
Oh, that's different. But yes, the top
five
in British pound currency. It's
Then
Mansour, Ratcliffe, Tepper, Anschutz. Shahid Khan, sixth position, owns Fulham, Stan Kroenke, Arsenal, seventh. Nasser Al-Khelaifi, PSG, 8th. Joe Lewis, 9th. Tottenham. 10th, 11th, and 12th is Dietmar Hoffenheim, Francois Horne, owns Stade Rennais, and Nassef Savaris completes the top 12 of Aston Villa.
Yeah.
4.9 billion.
So tell me.
He bought the club for 30 million quid, that is funny.
So tell me this. If Jim Ratcliffe is third on that list, right, from what you've just read out, why in God's name is he no pumping the money into Man United then?
Is he still not a full on club, and he never will be.
I know, but he promised this, he promised that, he promised the world, and we're not getting it.
Take his promises like his nationality, like a pinch of salt.
A pinch of but you're not wrong. I was going to say something.
Just a rat.
I was going to say something and I've totally lost it. No, what was it? It was, did you see at half time in the Rangers game last night? Did you see they unveiled your 3 new players, including the one in the middle?
Yeah, Skovolson, Dugwani, and Romans, yeah.
I'll never forget your face for the other day as long as I lived. When I broke that news, you nearly hit the floor. live, which was funny. Oh, here we go. Kickoff's about to happen at Eastern Park, folks. And it's happened in the very one-sided derby, let's say.
Yep.
0-0 with a minute gone? Or 1-0 already?
I wouldn't expect it to be ended up.
It's 2 minutes gone and it's 0-0. So, that is it. Reese, do you have any other football-related topics you wish to discuss today, or are you too tired now?
I don't really have anything. Really.
Right, if you don't have anything, is there anything you want to give a quick plug to this week or this weekend? Anything that you're doing, any streams?
I think I'm still there. If I am, just keep an eye on the steel chair.
On the weekly steel chair, yeah.
Obviously, new logo.
Ooh, very nice. I thought it was new.
Apart from that, not really anything except plans to do support.
Yes.
And then we just carry on as well.
Yeah, of course. Thank you to all our supporters. If you are new and you've enjoyed today's sort of comedic take at the finances of the world of football, please do hit that subscribe button. We'll be back next Saturday.
Yep.
I think with Carl. I think he's back next Saturday.
Yes.
I'll be back tomorrow night with Carl and Michael and Annie on the championship review, and then I think later on in the week Carl will be back with Douglas for the 2020 podcast. So with that being said, guys, take care, have a great week, and bye bye from us. We'll see you next week on this Saturday show. Peace out, guys.